Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place for digital nomads, expats, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, please visit venezuelainsider.com. The next Dubai in Venezuela, let's talk about it. Today, let's talk of why if we see the next Dubai in Latin America might be in Venezuela, and it's actually my hometown Lecheria. Here's why. Well, first let's talk about why I mean with the next Dubai. Of course, we already know the history of Dubai. It's an emirate on the United Emirates, and the thing is that Dubai, of course, it was a desert. They found oil, they exploited the oil and the natural resources, and decades later, they heavily invest on infrastructure and create this lavishing city that looks from another country and is a beautiful place, of course, and but it's also a place for opportunities. However, and we're not talking about the things that I don't like about Dubai, but now let's talk about why we can see this in Venezuela and in my hometown Lecheria. First, actually, you know that Dubai was built. Not only they built these big, high-rising buildings and these theme parks, and you name it. Also, Dubai has beaches, and they build these artificial islands and created this spectacular real estate properties, units, and you name it. Dubai is awesome, I know. It looks awesome on social media and YouTube and you know. However, we already saw this here in Lecheria. Here's what happened. You know, Dubai, they built this, not also they have beaches, some decent beaches, but also they built these high-rising buildings and these spectacular real estate properties, and they did these artificial islands like the Palm and these other major artificial islands. But actually, here in Venezuela, we already started such process on Lecheria. Lecheria, many people don't know, but it's a fairly young city as we know it. Right now, the Lecheria as we know it only has like 30 years old, and we have artificial islands, and they build this what we call the Complejo Turístico El Morro, and basically half of the city is made with artificial islands. And actually, the place where I'm recording this video right now here, this is an artificial island that I'm talking about. The place, the housing unit where I right now, and we have just look at the pictures. We have a bunch of spectacular infrastructure here. Of course, nothing compared to Dubai, not as big, not as lavishing as Dubai, of course, but it's pretty nice for Latin American standards. And some places is beautiful that many places around the world. So it's a pretty beautiful place and it's a very intimate place to live here. Very safe, pretty clean for Latin American standards, but also the developments that there are to be made here in Lecheria, they weren't finished. We have a lot of plot lands and we have a lot of unfinished projects, and maybe if you're an entrepreneur, you might want to be one of the ones chosen to keep these developments going. Maybe if you're an architect or a developer or a constructor or a designer, you name it, maybe you can find and you can make your own piece of property here, something spectacular, something to be remembered, and maybe you have that opportunity here. Of course, there are no certainties, only probabilities, and the probability is not that high. Of course, not that low as you might think. And Venezuela, here in Lecheria, we have a great thing going on. Maybe you want to be part of that. And we're going to see the next Dubai here in Lecheria. Well, I hope that, and I'm going to quote Steve Jobs and this cliche phrase that the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world is actually the people who end up changing the world. And call me a crazy one, but that's why I hope for my city. Of course, that might never happen, but just for the status quo that we have right now for the city, it's a beautiful and livable city on here in Venezuela. It's pretty safe. I love being here, and of course, that's why I'm passionate about showing the good things that the city has to offer to anyone, not only internationals but also domestic Venezuelans that maybe they want to invest here or just visit for a couple of days and check it out for themselves if they are their taste or if they don't like it. And that's why I'm working towards to make Lecheria the closest thing to a Dubai here, not only in Venezuela, but also in Latin America. Thanks for watching the whole video. Please, if you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Follow us on other social media platforms. Thanks again. Have a nice day.